What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Death Hour. I we didn't advertise this. We didn't even know if it would for sure go down, but we have a very special surprise for you this evening. It's not every day that I get to interview one of my favorite deathmatch wrestlers of all time. He's definitely in my top five, dead or alive. Let's bring him the fuck in here. You've seen the intro, you see it on the screen. Necro Butcher, the living fucking legend. Welcome to the show, Necro Butcher.
Hey, thank you. That was a pretty neat little video there, man. I was impressed. That was pretty neat.
Thank you, man. It's a fucking honor to have you on. You're a true living legend in deathmatch wrestling and wrestling in general.
Well, I got pretty lucky. I got some, I can't, no complaints here.
You know the routine, people. You can drop some questions down below later on. I'll pop them on the screen and let Necro answer some that he might want to. Um, Fucking, you're making a big comeback, right, Necro? You're coming back to the ring in March. Is this correct?
Well, I had been really thinking about it for 6 or 7 months. And to go back even further and even funnier, I was actually considering, back a few years ago, I was working in Dayton, Ohio for a baseball team, and I was really happy doing that. But I went to a couple of matches in Japan, and I was thinking about maybe some sort of comeback on a limited basis after these Japanese matches, but about 30 seconds into the first match, I realized that this was a pretty foolish idea, and there was going to be a comeback, and I was having a hard time health wise. And
was that the Shadow WX?
Yeah, and it was really silly because I was taking weight gainers and lifting weights and still kept losing weight. I didn't know what was going on, and those matches over there in Japan, I just had nothing to offer. Everything was just, I ended up getting down to about 160, and it got really bad. And there was some, just a routine chest x-ray, because they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And plus it was right when all this COVID stuff hit. So the hospitals were all, being real sketchy about everything. And well, it turns out I had a bunch of tumors in my chest, and I don't know. Scientifically speaking, the difference between Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is the presence or absence of some sort of protein in the cancer. So it has this protein. It's the Hodgkin's. If it doesn't have this protein, it's the non-Hodgkin's. But from a layman's point of view, as someone just trying to learn about these things as they're having them, about 90% of the time, if they discover it in your chest, it's the Hodgkin's. And about 90% of the time, if they discover it somewhere else in your body, it's the non-Hodgkin's. You know what I'm saying? So scientifically, it's about a protein, but honestly, a good way is that. Yeah, and then I had all these growths in my chest. It got pretty bad. They were cutting them out. They were putting pressure on my heart, pressure on my lungs, and I had some real good doctors, Dr. Hansen and Dr. Osmond. They were just really, really cool guys. They didn't give up on me. Spent a lot of time talking about things. It's a really funny story. Dr. Osmond was the one who did, they take bone marrow out of your hip. Mm-hmm. And Dr. Osmond was the doctor that did that. And while he was drilling this ice fishing equipment into my back, we were talking. He was telling me how great the Road Warriors were, and there'll never be another team like the Road Warriors. And just to talk to an old school wrestling fan really made the whole bone marrow sample thing not so horrible. But I got sick and I got better, and it started to get better. I had considered coming back with a masked identity because I didn't want to like take any kind of credit or build off what I did. I just kind of wanted to wrestle on the merits of someone just starting out and see what I could get out of it and just to prove it to myself. Because I was so sick, you know what I'm saying? I just want to prove that I could do it. But then as time wore on, I thought about it more. I thought, you know, with all the ridiculous things people say about me, wrestling under a mask would kind of be hiding from that. You know, if I'm going to get back into this world, it's going to be all upfront and all honest, and I'll deal with the backstabbers and shit talkers as we go, if I even care. But you know what I'm saying? Like originally, it was the most innocent of intentions. I had no ambitions whatsoever of doing anything. I just want to get back in the ring a couple times, you know, because I've gained 120 pounds since I was sick. You know, I feel great. I've been walking at least 4 miles every day. You know, when I got as soon as I went into remission, maybe about 2 months after I was into remission, I was able to walk. And the first thing I did was, you know, I wrestled with the idea in my head of what do I do? Why did this happen to me? Why did I get sick? Why did I move to Pennsylvania? Why am I getting better? What does all this mean? And I didn't really know what my next move was going to be. But this is when the pandemic was going on. That's the biggest things in all of our lives, no matter where we are in the world. That's the biggest thing going on with anybody. And, you know, Pennsylvania nursing homes are kind of the ground zero for the COVID epidemic. And I thought, well, that's where I got to go. That's where I got to go then. That's where I got to go. So I at that time, I was only working 20 hours a week. But I got on Google Maps and I found the closest apartment to the kind nursing home I could find that I could afford on 20 hours a week. Now granted, now I'm 40 hours a week, so I can get the big ramen bowls, not just the ramen squares, you know, like I was getting when I was 20 hours a week. But I found the closest place I could afford to the nursing home. You know, so I've been walking 2 miles each way to get to work. You know, lifting up people, all that stuff. And I feel good, man. I feel good. And I'm not, it's turned into a thing now. Like it's not just about proving something to myself. I think, you know what, I want to prove something to everybody else. You know, everybody talked all this horrible shit on me, you know, when they thought I was dying. Well, guess what?
They did.
Guess what? I didn't. Guess what? I didn't die. Turns out.
How close do you feel you were to dying? Do you feel like it almost happened?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You had Hodgkin's, right? Stage 3. That's what you beat.
Well, I mean, I was using a walker to get down the hallway to piss. I couldn't stand up for more than a couple seconds at a time. Like I maybe shit once a week, sometimes more over 2 weeks without shitting. Just in bed, everything. I'd take a shower once a week by sitting in a chair, you know, and I'd have to immediately go to bed after the shower. It would wear me out so bad of just sitting in a chair, you know, and trying to clean myself, and just a hamburger. That was a 2-day job. You know, so you have to go to bed. It was, and sometimes, man, I would lay in bed and I would think, how fucking much worse is it going to get? You know, there was losing my sight, and the thing was, when I was losing my sight, it wouldn't go like all black. It would be all colors all at once. I wouldn't know which way was up, and it got really bad. Like I said, I would just sit and think, like, how much worse is it going to get? And then a couple weeks later, it'd be worse. You know, something else would be, you know, and just
this was definitely one of the toughest things that you've ever been through, right?
Well, physically, I mean, mentally and emotionally,
Yeah.
we've all been through worse than that. But it's just your body just shutting down, man.
So now you're feeling a bit better. You feel like you're ready to
Considerably,
go. Why
considerably, yeah.
why did you pick because the match is happening? Your first comeback match is against Travis Dykes. I wanted to know
Correct.
why Travis Dykes. Did you handpick him, or is this just a random match? And why Total Psychopathic Wrestling? Why
Okay.
that
Okay.
promotion? Why did you choose them to
All
make the
right.
return?
Uh, two uh, two legitimate questions, but with very easy, straightforward answers. First, as far as the date and the date and the promotion, like I said, I'd been wrestling with this idea for a while. It had morphed from the masked thing, starting out in small matches and see what I get based on my ability, my experience, turning into fuck it, come back, see what we can really see what we can do here. So I was looking for a good reason, and I talked to a couple
Mm-hmm.
different promotions, but a couple different ideas, and nothing had really materialized. And then this show here, like, well, wait a minute, we're just gonna, it's kind of a tribute show. We're helping out his old lady with some of her bills or something like that, and I wasn't terribly close to the guy, but we were something, we were good friends, and I thought, well, this is a good reason of any, I'll do it for
You're
this.
talking New Jack. You're talking New Jack,
Correct.
correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's what the deal they're doing down there in Knoxville. So I thought, well, this is the chance to do it then. Like I said, I talked to a couple folks about different things and it didn't really materialize. And it was just, this is just the Lord keep me on track, So that's what. And as far as the opponent, there was a list of guys that was offered to me, and then if we're gonna like I said, if I'm gonna come back and do this, let's do it right. So give me an opponent, younger, bigger, stronger. I don't want an easy opponent.
Yeah.
Well, let's see where we're at. Let's see if this train's paying off. Let's see if this stuff's all in my head. Let's see if I go in there and, shit my pants and get beaten 3 seconds or whatever. Let's I just wanted somebody credible. I didn't want no cakewalk opponent.
Yep. Travis Dykes is definitely capable of this. Fucking what was I gonna say? Now this comeback, are you talking full death match comeback, light tubes, ultra violence, or just hardcore Necro?
Well, it just depends on what opportunities present themselves. I'm not ruling anything out. I'm not definitely trying to do anything by the same expression. We'll just see what there is and see what's out there and see what works for me and what works for everybody else and see what I can get out of it, But no, I don't just mean that financially. I obviously mean that, emotionally as well too. Just see what's out there, see what I still have left in the tank, see if there's chapters left to be written. Now's the time to do it.
Now, when you had your match at No Holds Barred with Shellac, were you sick then?
If it was somebody else, I wouldn't have did it.
Mm-hmm.
I was in such bad shape coming back from Japan. I would have canceled that match.
Yeah.
It was, but I knew that kid since before he ever had any matches.
So you said, I remember you posted after that match, it wasn't so much about the match that night, but it was about creating a moment.
Well, that's all I could do.
That's what you did.
Physically, the possibility of putting together any sort of match was out the window. But I thought, well, if I can just try to do something. So that's what I tried to do. I tried to do something.
Yeah, right now, I don't know if you can see it, but we're looking at you passing the Choose Death shirt to Shellac. Why Shellac? Is he the one that you feel was worthy enough to have that shirt? Because that shirt's a
No,
big deal,
100%.
right?
100%. 100%. Well, I mean, uh, wasn't doing real hot physically, so I thought the matches in Japan were it, but
Mm-hmm.
now for sure I was convinced this was going to be it. So there's one guy that I could give my unofficial stamp of approval to. It would definitely be him, definitely, without question.
Yeah, man. And I love that moment. You did. You really created a special moment. Do you feel like you have to redeem yourself because you're not happy with that match? Redeem your
Uh,
last because you thought that might have been your last match, right? After it.
well, of course, yeah, yeah. I mean, I was having a hard time then, you know. And it got way worse.
Well,
It got way
you said
worse
it
than that.
yourself. You said it yourself a little earlier. You said you weren't really happy with your performance, and all you could do was,
Yeah, I mean,
your in ring performance. You didn't want to leave it like that, right?
if I had no choice, I guess then they would have no choice. But I feel like I have a choice. I feel like I can go out
Hmm.
there and not just for old guys, but sometimes a death sentence isn't always a death sentence. Sometimes the governor does
Yeah.
call, and if the governor calls, you better, you go out there and do those things you wanted to do.
Hmm.
And I really feel like I have something to contribute, and not just from a personal story standpoint, but all the I don't know. I just feel like there's more chapters yet to be written. I thought the book was closing. It's not. So let's get to writing.
Hell yeah. Necro Butcher, do you watch the current day wrestling today? And if so, what is it the fuck that you watch?
Uh,
Do you watch any
Current.
of this new school shit? Yeah, AEW or
I,
WWE,
I
any of that?
I will watch like WrestleMania and stuff. I'll go to somebody's house and you know pound a bunch of beer and watch WrestleMania. But other than that, no. Like if I'm at some, if it's some, I watch different stuff, from the '70s and '80s. But I think
What
my
did you
personal
think of
favorite.
Nick Gage? What did you think of Nick Gage bringing light tubes to national television? I know you probably heard about it at least, right?
I read about it. Yeah, I mean, it's a personal decision on what you want to do and what you want to watch, and I guess it is not too hard to see that his comeback as well created a good bit of stir. So a new company is going to try to. What city was their match in?
Oh shit. I'm not sure. I forgot where it was.
Are you supposed to know this stuff?
Well, that was an AEW. I'm more death
Right.
match, but yeah, I forgot the actual place AEW ran that day. But
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you,
Well,
man.
well, I mean, look how many different little fly-by-night promotions were suddenly big deals because he would come do the main event.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of little shows that never drew. All of a sudden, were drawing because of the buzz that his comeback created. You know, so
Yeah.
why wouldn't a fledgling new company starting out try to get a bite of that buzz as well?
Definitely.
Who was his match with from their company?
He fought Chris Jericho.
Well, there you go. That's the guy. That's the company guy. That's
Yeah, yeah.
why wouldn't you want your guy to fight the
Jericho
guy
took
creating all this indie-rific buzz?
Jericho took a couple light tube shots for the first time in his career. So, what I want to ask you, do you think cancel culture is fucking up professional wrestling today and the world for that matter?
Well,
I
yes,
do.
easily
I think
both.
it does.
You know, just I'm trying to plug my phone in here. I was saying, the problem was it just got to be like it gets worse every year, and it's not.
Mhm.
No one cares about like the truth or right or wrong or what kind of damage you're going to do to somebody's life or their family's life with the things you say. It turns into all about scoring points for your team.
Yep.
Like, oh, I made this person upset. Oh, this person blocked me. Oh, so and so I replied to my comment and was upset. Like, what? It's just, it's an indicator of our society in general, and it's hard to, sure, it stings a little bit to me when it comes, from the wrestling fans, people who I've spent so much of my time and hurt myself to try to just entertain them, just to see the horrible things they say, and I think, well, did they even believe what they're saying? Are they just repeating stuff? It's hard to know where some of this stuff comes from.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, man.
And I mean, look, and like, look what's going on the other day. They're bitching about Walter's fucking name. Like, is there some sort of master list of German officers we can cross reference? I mean, I don't know about the German military, but the SS had over 1 million members at the height of the Nazi Empire. There were 1 million SS officers. So there's some sort of master list we have to cross reference before we can give somebody a fucking name in wrestling. Jesus.
I don't know, man. You have your fair share of haters, right? What do you have anything to say to your fucking haters online right now? Because some of them might be listening or watch this later.
I'm sure. Hell, there's probably 200 or 300 of them on Facebook. Friends list probably just silently trolling, waiting for me to say something that it can be reported.
Do you think a lot of the bad rap you're getting lately is only political bullshit because of maybe?
That's when it started.
Yeah,
that's when it started. I voted for Obama twice.
mm-hmm.
And no one had anything negative to say about me then. I'm not some sort of crazy right wing nut because, like I said, I voted for Obama twice. I mean, I don't have a really party. I vote for the best guy for the job. This time around, give me Trump or give me Hillary. You can talk about, well, if the two-party system doesn't work, well, so what? You get one or the other. You got to pick one or the other. You got to pick the best guy for the job. But then everyone has to score points for their team, and that's when all the stuff kicks up. So it's okay to lie about somebody if they voted for a different guy than you. It's okay to make up a story about somebody if they feel a different way about some sort of political issue than you do. And it didn't used to be like that, but that's the world we live in.
So you made a post about a week or two ago about fuck it, cancel me if you want, and you don't care about going to your trampoline promotion. Were you talking about any promotions specifically? Were you talking about any, or was that just?
I would not be. I would not be I would not be professional enough to mention the promotion and stuff. But there's, like I said, there's been a few offers going back and forth with different people, and then They just
think
seem to,
Do you think you're not getting bookings because of political bullshit like that, though?
well, I know I've lost a few. I know there's a few that I've been actually supposed to be on,
Okay,
and
cool.
other wrestlers who I will not name, other
Hmm.
wrestlers have told the promoter they can pick. If I'm going to be there, then I'm going to be there. Which it kind of the thing that bothers me the most is some of these guys complain I wasn't aware I had issues with. I'd been on shows with these guys. Some of them had matches with a
Hmm.
couple of them,
Yeah.
and there had been no issues. Great friends, great times laughing together, great matches, partners and against each other, and then you just hear this. What he said that? What?
Yeah, it's fucked, man. It's
It's,
fucked up these days. That's for sure now.
I well, I mean, I I guess I just haven't been around the game in such a long time. I wasn't aware that there were so many fucking pussies in wrestling anymore.
Do you
I
think because you're
didn't
making your
notice.
comeback right, if you're making your comeback right now, and you said on a post that this isn't a one-time thing, you're going for it all, right? So, do you think you'll be able to navigate in this new 2022 professional wrestling world? Because it's a lot
Of
different, you
course,
know.
of course not. But I don't give a shit. Of course not. Whatever happens is cool. Whatever don't happen is cool too. You know, I'm not. I don't have. I'm financially stable. You know,
Hmm.
I have a good paying job. I have a nice secondary job during baseball season. I'm the public address announcer for a minor league team out of here in PA.
Hell yeah.
Could I be happier? Yeah, but overall, I'm happy. You know,
You
and the
sound
way my
very
work.
happy, man.
Well, I mean, the way my work schedule plays out is now it's 8 to 4 every Monday through Friday. So evenings are mine, weekends are mine. You know, so if I can do a couple wrestling shows here and catch up with my old friends, and you know, maybe
Hell yeah.
maybe make some promoters some money. We'll see what
Here's
happens.
some fans right now. Some fans are asking you some questions. Austin Gonzo Greg, he says, Necro, I love you, brother. Besides Japan, what other places have you wrestled that you would consider exotic?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I think I've 22 tours of Japan, but I don't know how many times I went to Mexico because it's a little different because you can drive. You know, when you fly, it really feels like you're going on a trip. But when you just
Hmm.
drive somewhere, it doesn't seem as far. But extensive time in Mexico, really extensive time. Puerto Rico, Australia, Canada. Same thing with Canada. I don't know how many times I've been to Canada. But I've been to Mexico more. Mexico's a blast. Yeah. I uh,
Nick.
I was always getting offers for. Oh, sorry, whatever. What
Oh, no,
happened?
no, no. Go.
Oh, I say I've always got offers from Mexico for years before I started going. You know, but I had
Yeah.
Japan was going on, Ring of Honor was going on. I was a pretty busy guy. But then when I stopped going to Japan and stopped working for Ring of Honor, now all of a sudden these Mexican offers sounded a lot more attractive. And boy, were they. You know, I really uh, didn't feel very smart for saying no all those years, you know, because I really have had really good times down there. Made a lot of good friends.
Hell yeah. Nicholas Patterson, he asks you, who's your toughest opponent in your career?
Oh, I really think I'd be doing anybody injustice. There's numerous guys I could maybe use a different word besides toughest. Like what do you mean? What
Yeah.
do you mean by toughest? What do you mean by toughest?
What do you mean by toughest, bro? Put
Yeah.
it comment again. Let's see. Here's another one. Burton, Joseph Burton. Would Necro be willing to face Masada again? Would you ever do a match with him again?
Oh yeah, I've had a few matches with him. We wrestled in Japan, Texas, CCW. We've had a few matches around the world with each other.
Hell yeah. So you would definitely go against him again, wouldn't you?
Where is he at nowadays?
He's still based in Texas. Most of his bookings are still in Texas a lot of times.
I saw he was on that. Wasn't he on the XPW show?
Yeah, he did do that, but I'm not so sure. I don't know if it's going to continue because that show did real bad.
Oh well, what
So I
were they
don't.
though? Weren't they up in the middle of nowhere?
Uh, they went to New York for it actually, where they couldn't
Uh,
really do much. I don't know why they did that. Why Rob Black
probably,
chose that.
probably because somebody lives there that's helping them out. Somebody with
Do you keep up
connections.
with that? What do you
I
think
don't
of
know.
XPW coming back? What do you think of that?
Well, we were just talking about that. I don't know. I mean, XPW was cool. XPW was the first time I ever got $1,000 for a match. Yeah,
Oh
they
shit.
sent me a contract in the mail. It was a big deal. I mean, Japanese stuff was the Japanese always send me contracts too. But the Japanese stuff would be, get the work visa and to pay your taxes and all that shit. That's why they did a contract. Like XPW sent me, the old school Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Magnum TA, Nikita Koloff, contract and all that shit. I was,
Oh
I had a
shit.
great, I had a great time with XPW.
Oh yeah. Here, I want to show you this picture, man. Where how old is this? How old were you here? You look so young. Can you see this? Pop it up for you.
Oh
Should be
God, man, yeah, man, that was probably 20. Oh fuck.
Oh shit, I
At least,
froze up. Can you hear me?
at least 22 years ago, maybe 24 years ago. That was a long time ago. Oh, no, I
Can
can't
you
hear
hear
you.
me, man?
I can hear you.
Something okay. My whole face froze up on screen though. Weird. Can you still hear me, Nikra?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's my can you see my screen?
It has like an old backyard wrestling picture of me on it.
Is it gone now?
No, well, who cares? Who cares if it's gone? Who cares? You can hear me. I can hear you. What else? All right, about to give up on you.